Have you ever wondered why 80% of Canada, the second largest country in the world, is virtually empty? It's a question that might have crossed your mind. Some might think it's all about the cold, others might point to the vast and challenging landscapes. Let's take a closer look, because there's more to this story than meets the eye. A story that's filled with surprises and unexpected revelations. Well, stick around, and you might be surprised by the answer. When we talk about empty Canada, we're mainly looking at the northern regions. Now, let's imagine Canada as a grand sprawling mansion. The majority of its residents, about 75%, are huddled in a cozy, well-lit room near the front door. That's the southern part of Canada. Meanwhile, the rest of the mansion, the vast, expansive northern regions, is largely uninhabited. Canada's total area is about 10 million square kilometers, making it the second largest country in the world. But if you take a moment to dive into the numbers, you'll find that the population distribution is incredibly skewed. About 90% of Canadians live within a stone's throw, about 100 miles, of the US border. This leaves the remaining 10% scattered across the remaining 90% of the country's area. To put it in perspective, the three territories in the north, Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut, collectively span over 40% of Canada's total area. Yet, they're home to less than 1% of the country's population. That's roughly the same number of people living in a small city like Kingston, Ontario, spread across an area larger than India. The northern regions of Canada are a vast expanse of untouched wilderness, teeming with forests, tundra, mountains, and a myriad of breathtaking landscapes. Yet, despite its natural beauty and abundant resources, it remains largely uninhabited. Now, you might be thinking, why so? Why is this vast, beautiful region filled with potential so sparsely populated? Why are the majority of Canadians huddled in the south while the north remains largely untouched? Well, there's more to this story than just the cold, harsh winters. There's a combination of factors at play here, some of which might surprise you. But to truly understand, we need to venture into the challenges of the north and the allure of the south. So what's keeping people away from these vast, unoccupied lands? The northern regions of Canada present a unique set of challenges. One might think it's merely the biting cold that keeps people away, but there's more. Let's delve a bit deeper, shall we? First off, the weather. To say it's harsh would be an understatement. Winter temperatures easily plunge below -40 degrees Celsius, and blizzards are as common as maple syrup on pancakes. Imagine trying to get your car started in that, or worse yet, getting caught outside in a storm. It's not just about bundling up, it's about survival. Next, the infrastructure, or rather, the lack thereof. The vast, remote, and rugged landscapes of the north make building roads, railways, and power lines a monumental challenge. The Trans-Canada Highway, for instance, stretches from coast to coast, but barely scratches the surface of the north. And it's not just about getting to the north, it's about getting around once you're there. Now let's talk about the cost of living. It's high, really high. Everything from groceries to gasoline costs more up north. Why? Well, it's a simple matter of supply and demand. There are fewer people, so there's less demand. But there's also less supply, because getting goods up north is a Herculean task. So, the high cost of living is a double whammy, discouraging people from moving north and making life difficult for those who already live there. These challenges of weather, infrastructure, and cost of living, they don't exist in isolation. They're interconnected, each one exacerbating the others. The harsh weather makes building infrastructure more difficult, which in turn makes everything more expensive. And the high cost of living makes it harder for people to deal with the harsh weather and the lack of infrastructure. It's a vicious cycle. These challenges have led to a concentration of people in the south, but there's more to the story. The north may be sparsely populated, but it's not empty. It's a land of breathtaking beauty and untapped potential, but that's a discussion for another time. The southern regions of Canada have a lot to offer. Picture a place where opportunities for work and leisure coalesce, where the climate is forgiving, and modern amenities are just a stone's throw away. Yes, we're talking about southern Canada. This region is a magnet for both domestic and international migrants. The allure, a myriad of job opportunities in diverse sectors, from the bustling tech industry in Vancouver and Toronto to the rich oil fields of Alberta, the South offers a plethora of career paths. It's no wonder that over 90% of Canadians call this region home, compared to the sparse 4% in the vast North. Now, if we delve into the lifestyle aspect, southern Canada doesn't disappoint either. The South is teeming with amenities that make life not only comfortable, but also enjoyable. Think about the vibrant city life in Montreal, the scenic beauty of Niagara Falls, or the cultural richness of Ottawa. These cities are replete with world-class educational institutions, healthcare facilities, gourmet restaurants, and shopping centers. And let's not forget about the multitude of recreational activities, from hiking in the Rockies to exploring the wineries in the Okanagan. Moreover, the climate in the South is much more moderate compared to the harsh winters of the North. While the North is known for its extreme cold and long, dark winters, the South enjoys a more balanced four-season cycle. This moderate climate makes it a more appealing choice for those who prefer milder winters and warmer summers. All these factors together create a stark contrast between the populated South and the empty North. The numbers tell the tale. Southern Canada, with only a quarter of the country's land area, houses the vast majority of the population. It's clear to see why so many people are drawn to the South, but what does this mean for the future of Canada's empty North? As we look to the future, there are opportunities for growth in the North. This vast, untamed wilderness isn't just a snow-swept expanse. It's a canvas, a space ripe for innovation and development. From the windswept shores of the Arctic Ocean to the dense boreal forests, the North is teeming with potential. Economic development is one avenue to explore. Imagine thriving industries rising from the frost, harnessing the North's rich natural resources. From mining to renewable energy, the opportunities are as varied as the landscape itself. Technology, too, will play a crucial role. Advances in construction and infrastructure could make living in the North not just feasible, but comfortable. Picture it: smart cities powered by renewable energies dotting the tundra, high-speed internet connecting the most remote communities, shattering the isolation that's been a barrier for so long. But this is not just an economic or technological challenge, it's a human one. The government can incentivize migration by providing attractive relocation packages, tax breaks, and job opportunities. A concerted effort to build a sense of community and belonging could draw people to this untapped frontier, not just to work but to live, to raise families. While the North may be empty for now, there's no telling what the future holds. Just as the polar bear adapts to the frozen Arctic, so too can we adapt and thrive in this vast northern expanse. And so, the journey into the great Canadian North continues, full of promise and potential. So, we've learned that Canada's emptiness is a complex issue. It's not just about the biting cold of the North, but also about the geographical distribution of our population, the challenges of northern living, and the undeniable allure of the South. Yet, let's not overlook the North's untapped potential for future growth. While 80% of Canada may be empty, it's full of potential. And who knows, maybe the North will see a population boom in the future. But for now, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more intriguing insights.